Hey everyone, and welcome to another Marks & Crafts figurine review. Today we're looking at the S.H.Figuarts Sakura Haruno Inheritor of Tsunade's Indomitable Will. Now, much like the other Naruto S.H.Figuarts, and pretty much every S.H.Figuarts that I've been looking at, we've got a window on the front, key art on the front of the figure, and it's done in an inky sort of Naruto style, so it blends a lot better than just having a figurine picture. Now, this is slimmer than the other S.H.Figuarts boxes that we've been looking at. So there's Kakashi for comparison, and Sakura right alongside it. Kakashi is the standard size. So you can see her box is smaller than the others and will most likely pack a little less. She is about the same price as the others, I believe. And you can see she shares the same traits as the others, so image on the side, a bunch of little promo images on the back showing rough accessories, faces, posability, as well as, I'm assuming her name on the back, although that is Sakura, so I'm guessing that's Haruno, and then the rest of her title. And that's pretty much it, all the official titles and everything like that, the stickers, Tamashii official product. Yeah, it's everything we've seen before. It's nothing crazy, it does what it needs to do. And I might be rushing this just because I don't care about Sakura nearly as much as the other characters. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. So once you open the box, you can see the full art and it looks quite nice. So out of the box, you can see there's the main figure, there's an effect piece for her fist, she's got an angry face, her main neutral face, yelling face, happy face, and a sort of serious, stern-ish face. And she has a few hands. So she is a little bit lighter than the others in terms of accessories, but she still does come with an effect part, and 5 faces is nothing to sneeze at. It's more that she lacks in the hand department, which is fine. It actually doesn't bother me that much at all. So let's open her up and have a better look. So here's Sakura taken out of the box, and she looks pretty good. She's quite faithful to the series. As usual, be going through paint, sculpt, posability, everything like that. And this is another 2.0 figure because I'm pretty sure they've done a Sakura S.H.Figuarts in the past. They most likely have. It's SHF has been around for a long time. But anyway, much like the other 2.0s, this has been redesigned to be a lot more in line with the anime. Better proportions, better colors, better details, better faces, everything like that. And this is definitely Sakura, it's no mistaking it. So first things first, I think the shade of pink they chose for the hair is pretty much spot on. Looks really good, definitely looks like Sakura. The headband is on the top there, looking pretty good. The face is also quite good, even though I believe S.H.Figuarts at this point have just been printing faces, not painting them. There's nothing really wrong with that, just as long as they get the printing lined up correctly. I don't know if it shows on camera, but the outfit is, like, it's mainly bare plastic, but it is shaded, so just on the rim here, and a little bit at the collar, and I think that's it. But it does give a little extra detail to the figure. Because it is at the rim here, just where her bust is, it does shadow the bust, so there's a bit more detail, but it does also just look weird as an outfit with just shading in the middle. I know what they're going for, but I don't think it works. This is just rubber, or it's like a rubberized plastic, which is good because then it won't get in the way of posing, or at least it seems like it won't, but it might. And then there's just a few other small painted details, like this part on the elbows. I think there's some of the details, like the zipper, the belts. Her toes are painted, and much like Sasuke, they did not do a good job color matching. Just at the boots here, that's just painted and it doesn't color match either. I don't know how it looks on camera, but it's decently obvious in person that it doesn't match perfectly. Sculpt-wise, it is pretty damn good. It does match her, like I said. It's no mistaking that it is Sakura, and they did a pretty good job making sure that her forehead was quite large, or at least her hair's parted in such a way that it makes her forehead quite prominent, which is pretty much a staple of her design. But yeah, it's a very simple design, but it gets the job done. Nothing too crazy about it. And the standard face she comes with is pretty okay, but the alternate faces are much better. So here's this sort of serious, stern-looking face, which makes her look almost a bit worried. I think you can use it in some pretty interesting ways. Next, there's this sort of happy, or sort of relieved happy face. Looks pretty good as well. Painted detail inside's not bad either. Next up is the angry yelling face, which looks good as well. Some nice sculpted in detail. And the best face of the bunch, her pissed off angry face, which matches Naruto's one perfectly. I'm a little disappointed that Sasuke did not come with one like this, because so far they have done pretty good jobs with the face sculpts, and the joke ones are a lot more dynamic and a lot more interesting. But that's what we got. Then as for her other main accessory, we've got this effect part. If it can focus, we've got this effect part which is painted a bit on the front. It looks pretty good. There's space for a fist, so I didn't say it in my Naruto or Sasuke reviews because I didn't go through the accessories that much, but the Chidori for Sasuke, it replaces a hand, and the Rasengan for Naruto is a specific hand. But this one, it looks like it'll fit with any of the fists. So let's just pop it. Yep, so it can fit with any of the fists, and so that's a pretty good effect piece and very easy to put on. So next we'll go through posability. Now, similar to the Naruto and Sasuke, double ball jointed neck and head. Because there's nothing really getting in her way, she can do a lot. She can look down really far and up pretty far, and it's a bit loose, but it holds its pose just fine, so there's no issue. So the arm can butterfly out, there's a rotating hinge in the shoulder, swivel at the arm, double bend at the elbow, but doesn't get you that much. There's a ball hinge at the wrist, and there's a bend in, well, there's double bends in the chest and waist, and so it lets her bend forward and back pretty well. And you can also rotate a little bit there as well. And now her skirt is partially rubberized like Sasuke's, but her kick can only go out that far and out that far, but it looks just a little bit odd proportionally, I think. Like it's where the skirt's placed, I think. Back not very far. It doesn't really restrict movement, but the movement was already like sort of pre-limited, so you don't like accidentally damage this, I think. At least that's how it feels. Double bend at the knee, bend at the toes, hinge at the foot, and pivot at the foot. You can rotate it as well. So that's pretty much the standard that these Figuarts have sort of set so far, and there's nothing wrong with that. Similar to the Naruto, there's not a lot sort of restricting them, so you can go as far as you really want on this, except for a few key areas in the skirt. So probably the most posable figure so far was still the Naruto, although I think that the neck feels much better on the Sakura. But still pretty good figure overall, and you can get some pretty good action poses out of it. And now it's time for size comparison. And here's Sakura next to Sasuke, and you can see they're in scale with each other and roughly about the same height. I think that's correct as well. I know S.H.Figuarts mostly tries to make everything scale with each other correctly. I know a lot of the Dragon Ball Figuarts, they spend a lot of time making sure that that scale is pretty on point. And here's a HD 1144 scale Gundam Aerial. Again, sort of in the same scale because the high-grade Gundams sort of sit around the 112 action figure scale, so it works quite well. Here she is next to Pop-Up Parade Chun-Li, and again, the Pop-Up Parades aren't really in scale at all. They're sort of 110 scale, but not really, and the S.H.Figuarts are roughly around 112 scale. So again, nothing too crazy from the Sakura, and not a very long review just because there's not too much to talk about really, and most of this will be B-roll of action poses anyway. Yeah, it's a good figure. It helps round out the bunch. I pretty much only got it to help round out the bunch, otherwise it would just be Sasuke, Naruto, and Kakashi. but I couldn't really just get them and not get Sakura. So it's nice to have her, and her faces really do make the figure, and I am glad that even though it is a lighter load in terms of accessories, what we do have is pretty much all you need. Probably the only other thing would be sort of I forgot what it's called, but the power-up form that she has towards the end of the series, and I say that only because Sasuke has his eyes from that part in the series, and we'll probably get an S.H.Figuarts Naruto of, like, we have Naruto Rikudo Senin, like the final form that he had in the anime. They just need to figure out how to get the floating balls to work. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you all next time.